Good
All right, welcome back. We're talking about off-season stuff, and that includes coaches. Now, I know everybody wants to talk about Matt Canada. Nothing has changed there. We're still waiting to hear anything. But then again, the Steelers don't have to tell you anything because he's already signed to a contract, so they don't have to make a press conference or any kind of news about that. Mark, though, I want to talk about Brian Flores because Cleveland seems to be interested. Arizona as a head coach. I would be disappointed if he went to Cleveland. Just because I wouldn't want to lose him to Cleveland. What's the status of that?
That's tough. I mean, you got to be very careful of your Brian Flores because you can set yourself back for a good position if you go to Cleveland and be a D coordinator for a year or two and just be stuck in there. If you go to Arizona where who knows what the quarterback is there. So you have to be very careful with that. So I think he's going to be very, very careful in what he does here. And it's huge for the Steelers. If the Steelers, I mean, I know this is illegal or anything, but slip him some cash to stay around another year. Because if he stays around another year and gets a head coaching job next year, they get 2 third-round picks in successive years.
No compensation now, though.
Nothing right now, so it is huge if he stays with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year.
Yeah, I mean, I would think with Brian Flores, if you're looking at this, you have the opportunity to sort of pick and choose. And Mark would know this better than me, but I can't imagine it was such a terrible position that he was in this past season. It seemed like he enjoyed working with who he was working with. He's going to have a new group on the inside to work with next season. And so sit back. If this isn't a great opportunity, let it go.
I seem to think he was a pretty good coach this year. I mean, look at how many points they gave up. Devin Bush stinks. Devin Bush was going to stink no matter who coached him. But that being said, I think the scheme was okay. Spillane, I thought, was performed at times pretty good. And I think that they showed a little bit of improvement to some degree. You can't argue with the points that they gave up. I would try like heck to keep them around. Yeah. But then again, I don't think you can quell somebody's career arc if they really want to go.
Yeah, you just have to be very careful of where you go because it can set you back a lot if you go to the wrong position. Well, another thing is I don't know how many teams are interested. I mean, there's still a lawsuit pending right here, so that could very, wait till that gets put to bed, then maybe a lot of things open up for him, too.
So there could be an opening also with the Los Angeles Chargers after what we saw last night, potentially because not only what happened last night, they lost that game in 27-point, -5 in the turnover, you still end up somehow winning if you're Jacksonville. But Mike Williams played, Colin, the week before. He shouldn't have played. He got hurt. He wasn't available. I thought that was a big loss for them. Is that what you saw last night, something that will result in a coaching change in L.A.?
Staley should have been fired in the locker room. If Navy can fire their coach in the locker room after the game losing to Army, then Staley should have been fired losing to Jacksonville, and they should have went, hello? Yeah, we're going to not even confront you face-to-face. We're going to leave a message on your cell phone. You're fired. Okay, hello, Sean Payton. You're hired. They should have done that in the locker room post-game last night.
The issue with that is Peyton's going to be like 5 times much more money than.
So
what? They have it.
No, I don't know they do. The Spanos is very like the Rooneys. They don't really want to open up the pocketbook a little bit right there. But
they can't all be freewheeling like Bob Nutting, all right?
Staley's a great story and all of that. Mercier's guy that, went from offense to defense. You can't give away a lead like that and keep your job. You can't.
You ever hear about the story? I saw Bob Nutting at the Southwest counter. He only flies.
No, he loves Southwest.
Okay.
That's all right.
But
I love Southwest too. I'm not knocking it.
But you're not a billionaire.
How do you know?
I'm from
Brentwood, buddy. We got all kinds of stuff.
He's a young mind. He has to learn some things. Get away from that analytics to me. As much as he does it, man, that's terrible.
Get away from
Oh, my God.
It's like a disease.
It's just like, he'll go from
Don't talk to him. He got the analytics.
Yeah, there are a lot of things I didn't like about what Peterson did last night either. He threw away 3 points early, going for 4th and 7.
You know what I do like about it? That they were terrible last year, and now they won a playoff game, though.
They absolutely did. We got to take a break here. When we come back, the Penguins. What does Ron Hextall do? We're heading into February almost, a couple weeks away. We'll talk about it next.